Alright, so another new portion I want to add to these mail call videos is the gaming stuff that I pick up that's not actual games, because I do get a decent amount of kind of collectible stuff. So I figured I can start throwing this stuff in here too. So I got the Nathan Drake pop figure from Uncharted 4 and the Outsider from Dishonored 2. Which I will be going back to this stream soon, I promise, guys. Just been a lot of work handling the rest of the channel and the blog and the baby, so. But I will be going back to that very soon. Next up, I got a few LEGO Dimensions kits. I got, let's see, Aquaman. I just can't remember where I put them. Gimli from Lord of the Rings. And Zane from Ninjago. If you haven't watched Ninjago, definitely check it out. He's pretty funny. He's the one that doesn't really get sarcasm and jokes and stuff, so he's my personal favorite on the series. And then lastly, even though it is a part of a game, we picked up the starter pack for Skylanders Trap Team on PS4. As I've mentioned a few times, me and my fiance have been playing through the Skylanders games. And once we get to the ones on the PS4, we will be streaming them along with LEGO Dimensions. And one thing I want to add is that I'm going to start doing LEGO Build Kit videos, just kind of time-lapsey things. I'm not going to make you sit there for however many hours it takes me to put through a kit. Obviously these little tiny LEGO Dimension ones that are only 50-60 pieces aren't going to take me very long anyways, but I'm going to start getting the bigger kits too, and I will, like I said, I will record them and kind of time-lapse them and put them up here on the channel. But the first video is going to be these 3 kits. Alright, so that'll do it for that. Let's get into the video games. Alright guys, welcome to this month's mail call. So this is going to be the last time I shoot it in this format. Starting next month I'm going to kind of break it up into shooting it weekly and then compiling it, and then I'll upload it at the end of the month. Because as you can see from here and here, I get a lot of stuff. And the issue that I run into is this stuff kind of sits here for a whole month before I can kind of put it away. So I'll be shooting it weekly just so I can kind of at least get it in the video for what I got and then get it on the shelves so this doesn't keep happening to me. So, first thing we are going to cover is going to be the non-N64, non-PS3 stuff. And before I get into it, as you can see, I have a bunch of Disney Infinity characters behind me. Me and my fiance just picked it up about a week ago from now. But I'll go into that more in a separate video that I have coming in the next week or two. So for now, let's just go through everything else that I got. Alright, so for everything that I got non-N64, non-PS3, I'm going to start off up here with some handheld stuff. I was in one of my local retro stores, Retro Games Plus, in Newington, Connecticut. And they had a little basket filled with Game Gear games, which I have the Game Gear. Didn't have much for it because a lot of the places I go just have generic sports titles or the same things of like columns, super columns, or the same Sonic game like 24 times over, so I don't have a very wide variety of library for it. So they had a bigger selection of games there. And I apologize for how far away this is going to be. But I have Stargate, Sonic 2, Sonic Triple Trouble, X-Men, Spider-Man and X-Men, and then Sonic Chaos. So yes, I did get a few Sonic games, but they were the ones that I hadn't seen at the other places I'd been to. Keeping up with the handhelds and also with the Sonic, I picked up Sonic Rivals on PSP. I just recently got into checking out the LEGO Ninjago show and actually liked it pretty well. And found one of the games for the Vita. It's LEGO Ninjago Nindroids. I also got Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. So that's it for the handheld stuff. On PS1, I picked up the Die Hard Trilogy Part 2, which I think I remember playing this as a kid and it being extremely annoying and difficult. So I'll find out when I get back into it. And then this one I just kind of saw and it looked like it'd be pretty cool, and it kind of totes that it's got 30 hours of gameplay in it. It's Dracula, The Last Sanctuary. I've never heard of it before, never seen it before, but it looks pretty cool, and if it lives up to the 30 hours it'll be a lot of fun, hopefully. On to PS2. I got The X-Files, Resist or Serve. I am a huge fan of the X-Files show. If you guys remember from the way I had the room set up last time, I used to have an X-Files poster behind the couch, which is now behind the TV. Had no clue they made a PS2 game for it, so as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. Picked up Dark Cloud. I've vaguely heard of this one before, but honestly, from the cover, I can get a little closer in there for you. I don't know how well lit that is. The main character looks a lot like Link, so I've got a feeling this kind of aims to be a Sony version of The Legend of Zelda, so I will find that out. And then lastly, these two I actually picked up a long time ago, but they kind of never even made it into the game room, so I figured I'd throw them into the video. It's Crash Twinsanity and Sitting Ducks. Sitting Ducks I picked up at Goodwill. Actually, I think I got them both at Goodwill. They were super cheap. Figured what the hell, give them a shot. Got a couple of Wii titles this month. Got Metroid Prime 3, which I'm excited about because I have the first two on GameCube. And then this one I found in one of my local retro stores. It just looks kind of like an interesting puzzle game. It's called Mercury Meltdown Revolution. It looks like you kind of use a blob of mercury to kind of float around a level and get through obstacles and stuff. So this is actually pretty cool looking, and I'm actually hoping this ends up being as fun as it looks. And my last non-complete library game I'm very happy about. As I showed you guys a while ago, I'd picked up a Atari 2600, and I had really two games that I wanted to find for it, which I found last month with the Atari E.T., and Spider-Man. But there was one that I kind of kept tucked back in my mind because I love all of the games for the series that I've played, and I wanted to make sure I had the original. And I looked up, and not only finding it, but I also found a complete in-box. So I got Pitfall. So, very excited about this one. And that will do it for the, as I keep saying, non-N64, non-PS3 portion of the video. So now, let's kind of take a look at everything I picked up for my complete library attempts. Alright, so on to the PS3 portion of the video. Picked up some stuff that I've had in the past in this stack. Hold on. Before I get into the PS3 portion, apparently I left one stuck in the stack. I picked up Mario & Luigi Paper Jam. It's a crossover between the handheld Mario & Luigi series and the Paper Mario series, and I love both of them. So as soon as they had announced this, I was excited and finally found myself a copy. So now actually onto the PS3 portion of the video. As I started to say, a lot of these things I had at one time before that eventually just got traded in or lost or something. So it's nice to have them back in the collection and also to get some new stuff in here. So first up we have Dante's Inferno. This is made by the people that do Dead Space. First up we have Dante's Inferno. This is made by Visceral Games. If you don't know, they're the guys that do Dead Space. And as you, I don't know if you can see the marker up here on the wall, but I'm a huge fan of Dead Space. It's my favorite series on the newer generation of consoles. But this one kind of follows the whole epic poem of Dante's journey through hell. It's a hack and slash that kind of looks and plays and feels like a God of War game. Had this one before, never beat it. So, happy to have a second run at this one. I have a steelbook for Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. honestly, I wasn't planning on picking this one up anytime soon because I've tried this one before and couldn't get too into it, but I saw the steelbook and how pretty it looked and couldn't pass it up. Next up is WWE All-Stars. I'm a bit of a wrestling fan. I don't follow it hardcore, but I do check it out once in a while. And this one seems kind of cool because it matches up the current roster with older guys like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, and all them. So it's kind of a cool clashing of generations in a video game. Next we have My Sims Sky Heroes. I have a couple of these My Sims games, never played them yet, but going for the complete library, so I had to get it. Are you good? Next is Ratchet & Clank All for One. I actually have a digital copy of this I got through PlayStation Plus a while ago. Never played it. I threw it on for a little bit just to check it out. But now I'm actually getting into the Ratchet & Clank series, so had to have that. We got Saints Row 2. Here's my case for Disney Infinity. I got a couple of the Cabela's games. I got African Adventures and Dangerous Hunts. I think this is 2011. Let me check, because all the, yep, 2011. All the stickers on the outside of the case cover up the year it was, so. I haven't played any of these Cabela's games, and I'm honestly going to be holding off until I get the little gun that can use the PlayStation Move. So, you can expect me to start playing these once I reveal the gun in one of these mail call videos. I got Split Second. This is one that I've played before, beaten it. This is a massively fun racing game. You get to blow shit up and make alternate routes to the courses and stuff, so this is a ton of fun. Do you want to announce the next one for me? What's this one? What is it? Can you tell him what it is? No? Okay. Okay. Baby has disappeared. My fiance came and stole him. So, as I was trying to get him to tell you, I got Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. This is actually the last Lego game I needed on the PS3. So, when I found this, I was very happy. I picked up The Penguins of Madagascar, Dr. Blowhole Returns. Haven't seen the movie, haven't played any of the games, haven't seen any of the shows or anything to do with this, so this is going to be all brand new for me. Hopefully it's fun. Save that for the end. I got the first Transformers the game, which I think I actually got the PS2 version of this in a VGM box, so happy that I'll have the newer version of it, which means that the Transformers one for PS2 may be a giveaway in the near future. Hint, hint. Got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. I played that one before, never really got too far into it, but I'm hoping with my buddy Mike, hi Mike if you watch this, that me and him can both have this and rip through it co-op, because me and him do stupid shit. So, and then lastly, one of my favorite game series. I was missing the first two games because I first ran through this series on Xbox 360. So when I started moving it over to PS3, I only got the ones that I was still in the middle of playing. But the first two Assassin's Creeds. Again, I've played both of these before. I love this entire series. I've met Nolan North, who's the voice of Desmond, so. But that will do it for the PS3 section. And now we will go on to the N64 portion. So, now on to the final portion of the mail call video, my N64 library growth. And yes, you may notice a costume and face change. That's because, if you can notice this big box right next to me, I was waiting for this to come into the mail before I finished filming this because I got lucky. A buddy of mine that I know buys and sells and plays older games. I happened to shoot him a message one night, be like, hey, do you have any N64 stuff you're getting rid of? I'm going for the whole library. And he's like, yeah, I have a ton of stuff. He's like, send me what you need. So I sent him my list, and he had at least 40 of them. So I dove right in. So I'm going to do what I did last month, and I'll just kind of highlight some of the N64 stuff that I picked up that, you know, stands out to me, whether I had it as a kid or got excited to play for it now or just for whatever reason. And then I'll just kind of scan over the rest. So, first two things I'm going to show you is I have 2 more complete inbox games to add to the library. I have Dr. Mario 64 and WCW Mayhem. I dove into this going for loose stuff, but I figured if I happen to get inbox stuff, whatever. I'm happy about the WCW Mayhem though because Goldberg's on the cover. One of my favorites as a kid. So now on to some of the cartridges. We got Diddy Kong Racing. This is another one of the games that I got on my 8th birthday when I got the whole console. V-Rally 99. I'm a huge rally racing game fan. Never, was into it at that time. But now, I'm into the Dirt series and a lot of the newer ones, and I want to go back and play the older ones and see how they stack up, so. And obviously going for the whole library. We have Killer Instinct Gold, which is actually going to be an upcoming episode on the N64 series in a few weeks. Off-Road Challenge. I used to see this one, I believe, in the arcade all the time. And if this is not an actual arcade game, then I don't know what I remember. But if this is what I remember, I used to play this all the time in the arcades. Something that everybody loves about this system. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Never actually played this one before. Next up we have Vigilante 8. This is another one that I always wanted to play when I was a kid, never got the chance to. So I'm taking the chance now. Robotron 64. Actually the guy that I got this one from, different guy from the big box, was telling me about this game when I picked it up from him. Another one that I, until going for the library I'd never heard of, never came across before, but he praised it, so hopefully it stands up. The Friendship Ender Part 3. Mario Party 3. This one actually just intrigued me when I was labeling them. I got all the top labels just by the cover because it makes me a little more curious about what it is. Iggy's Wrecking Balls. Another one I'd never heard of before, so I'll get to check it out when I play it. Next up is F1 Pole Position 64. I actually, when I got the console, I got F1 World Grand Prix. I was always a huge Formula 1 racing fan because of that game. And I never knew until more recent years that they had actually made a couple more F1 games on the N64. So that one is definitely going to be getting played by me pretty soon. Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. I never played anything past the original trilogy. I think I played a couple minutes worth of Mortal Kombat 4 as a kid, but I got out of touch with the series until Mortal Kombat vs. DC. So, and I hear this one's an interesting spin on it, so. Another rally racing game, Rally Challenge 2000. And then I've been getting into Lego games a lot lately. Never realized they made one on N64, Lego Racers. Resident Evil 2. Still working on finding a PS1 CIB copy, but I hear the N64 version is actually pretty well done. And then the last of the highlighted ones is Castlevania. So now I'm just going to kind of scan over the box for you guys so you can see everything else that I picked up. Alright, so I'll try to pan over slow because, let me zoom out for you guys, as you can see, literally the box is packed with games. So I don't want to drag out the video just by listing them all off, but I will make sure I go slow so you guys can see everything in here. The Turok one is Turok Rage Wars. Kind of missed the subtitle there in the label. And over here on the side we have Roadsters and Olympic Hockey 98. And then in the last row Obviously, you know I'm excited about the hockey games. Huge hockey fan. NBA Hang Time will be coming up very shortly on the N64 series. Harvest Moon's one of those ones that I know it's supposed to be a good series. I could never personally get into it, but I keep trying. The missing label one is Chopper Attack. I actually apparently am now currently missing the page that has that label on it, so I'm going to be scouring my house trying to find it. And that is everything. So, here you have it, and I will have the numbers posted in the credits for the PS3 and N64 library totals. So that does it for this month's mail call. As you can see, it's a pretty enormous one. And I will see you guys in a couple of days with my next VGM unboxing. I had to cancel my subscription for the month of January, but I am back for February. And hopefully for good. So, see you guys in a few days. Game on.